right, all right, all right. Is this on though? Is this on? Let me see. Yeah, I think it's on. Yeah, I usually so it's on. Yeah, usually I'm firing up I'm firing up my streams in a different way, but this one's just kind of spontaneous stream. Basically, I had this track to mix, and I decided I would stream it. I might delete it later. I don't know. We'll see. If you're seeing this, it's because I left it online. But yeah, basically I have this. I'm gonna save it as well. I have this track I want to mix. So it's a solar punk track called False Mantra. I don't know. In French it's mantra, but guess it's false mantra. And I know it says no talking, and I'm talking right now, but basically it's just that I'm not gonna talk a lot during this whole thing, but I wanted to give just like a first, just not disclaimer, but to explain the context of the stream. But also it's gonna be much more slow paced. Also, I don't know I know it's gonna be a lot of CPU usage today, because the driver I'm using to stream is this one. And it's the FL Studio ASIO is it's not your regular ASIO driver. It's one of the ASIO driver, but this one it's less efficient in dealing everything that is CPU related. So I don't know, anything can happen, especially because when I'm mixing, I'm gonna drive high amount of CPU usage, just because I'm both streaming and mixing at the same time. So we'll see what happens. And usually when I do these kind of hi, there's no audio. Oh crap, there's no audio. It shouldn't be. You can't hear me? That's weird, man. I don't know. There should be sound right now. There should be microphone sound. Anyway, I'll start mixing anyways. All right.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. make some LSD.
Unbelievable. This is insane. He is insane, and you're insane for following him.
Excellent. Let's make some LSD.
It's unbelievable. This is insane. He is insane, and you're insane for following him.
Excellent. Let's make some LSD.
All right, can you guys hear me? Apparently, it's weird. You should, but at the beginning of the stream there was some weird mic stuff. But yeah, so right now, yeah. No, it's a good question. But yeah, what the reading was basically this fat saw. Well, those are just names for me to recognize the files. But it was the fat saw. Yeah, it was a reading of the fat saw stem. So what's cool is that when you have these split like that, you can, if you solo one channel and then you go on, this is on the master, but whatever you solo, you get the reading of that. So yeah, usually I but when I was beginning, or in my early production days, I was caring a lot about not that I don't care, but I was like really into like trying to get something nice, like a nice stereo. But I realized that the really good 3D feel I can get is not necessarily through wideners and stereo wideners. It's usually if you have a good management of what is mid side, you can get some pretty nice stuff. Yeah, so the thing is that vocal is pretty dirty, and it's okay because I was like, sorry, I'm hearing some noise outside, but yeah, I was keeping on purpose like the the cleaning of the vocal for this, like the mixing stage. The thing here is, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, like this. Right now the CPU is 85. Like it's running pretty hard. I might actually also have to get the AC going, but and also the reason why is that this driver that I'm using to stream, it's not as good as the regular drivers to manage the CPU load. So that's it. Like right now, this plus streaming, the CPU is working pretty hard. And this is really good. It's like it's Acoustica's version of Suit 2. Basically, it's not. You can see it like this, and it's really good tool for cleaning the vocal. But I feel like this is quite CPU heavy, and I can't. If I put more stuff like that, the project is gonna crash. But yeah, I might for sure. Anyways, when I'm done with today's stream, I won't be done with the whole thing for sure, because after that there's this stem mastering step, which we might kind of do today, but not really. But I might just like bundle stuff and prepare it for the next step. That's also why at this stage, you know, and there's also stuff I want to mention is like, if I was not on the stream, I would have I like your workflow, bro. You do precise step by step, very focused on each channel. Yeah, you do that, and it's always like a back and forth. You always like validate what you've done on an individual channel. You always like counter verify with the whole thing. So yeah, you can really punch out precise stuff on individual channels, but it's always like you need to, yeah, like I said, like counter verify. It needs to make sense in the whole thing. And there's also, I want to mention, like, if I was not on the stream, I would use a reference track that I would go back and forth. But because there's, you know, on YouTube there's some copyright issues, I'm gonna keep that for when I'm offline. But also, it's not at this stage particularly. I have, like I said, there's this. After that, there's stem mastering, and it's more when I'm at the stem mastering stage. Is really more where I'm gonna use a reference track, because it's really where it's a step where you can compare apples with apples, you know. Because right now, even if I was like getting a reference track, you can, in loudness, I'm not like, everything is not, it's not mastered yet, so it's a bit odd still to like compare it very early to a mastered track. So far I'm just really focusing on enhancing stuff, cleaning stuff, and getting a balanced mix so far. And then, like I said, in later stage at the stem mastering, this is going to be like verifying if everything I did today will hold up, and then if it doesn't, I just go back and fix the stuff. But yeah, that's mostly it. Also, I really, at this point, you know, I've done that so many times, like I really have my favorites. That's why you can see there's some how was it called in English, there's some usual suspects, as you can see on old channels. This one's is there. There's another one that I don't put yet, but I might put after that just to save some CPU load. But there's Fire to Gold for sure. And there's also, well, True Iron, you've seen it, and there's the VPre 73, this one too. But yeah, for saving I'm gonna do that offline to save some CPU. I'll also, so yeah, I need to process that, and I'm gonna shut up and fire up the AC. Thank you for tuning in. And also, I want to mention there's some sounds, well, a couple stuff, like it's gonna be your mini midstream ad break, if you will. But basically, today, like couple minutes ago, if you go on the I need to, sorry, I should have put more links. It's really like a laid back stream today, but can I put a link to the Fractal Sound Discord server just in case you want to download the sorry, I'm doing a couple things at once and it's frying my brain. So first, the link. There's a link to the Discord server. In this track, there's multiple sounds that I've used that comes from a new pack that is not out yet, but it's gonna be out this week. And this pack is called Evo Genesis. So it's a psytech pack for Vital. And yeah, there's a couple sounds coming from there. Oh my god, yeah, sorry, like this, you can hear the CPU is jammed up, which was to be expected, to be honest. Like I said, when I'm with my other driver, it should handle much better. But basically, if you want to test these sounds, I just put a demo on the Fractal Sounds Discord server, and the demo also contains a special promo code that you can use later this week when this will be out. That was the promo. Sorry, the pro. That was the promo, midstream promo. Anyways, let's refocus on mixing and have some fun. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like the stream if you like. It always helps. The algorithm says, oh, there's a bunch of guys liking this stream, so it must be good. And yeah, let me know what you think of the track and all. It's psytech, because of like the vibe, the bass line, but also there's like a lot of progressive elements. Like I like when it's just stuff is, lead lines progressing for a long period of time. Like I like to just create long tension. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Let's go back to the music.
Let's make some LSD.
Also, I know, it's not everyone's technique. I was consciously, actually, you saw I had a maximizer there. It was on purpose, and I even when I'm offline, not streaming, I'm stressing out the master channel even more. But right now, I have to chill down because I'm trying to save CPU power in order to continue streaming a bit. But yeah, I discussed that in the video, just the fact that it's unorthodox, but I do that a lot, and I explain why it's good.
Let's make some LSD.
It's insane, and you're insane for following.
Excellent. Let's make some LSD.
All right. Yeah, so CPU is kind of maxed out. But what I'm gonna do, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. I think, or maybe I want to continue streaming, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but for sure, in any case, like this project is burned. Usually what I do is been sounding good. NGL been. Oh, hey, what's up, Coral? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. It's been a while. It's always nice. Yeah, this project's pretty much burnt. In any case, I usually bounce and go to like stem mastering steps. In order to do that, I'll need to bundle up stuff. But you know, just know that for sure I'm gonna go back to this project offline and just add the final touches that I can't really do because of CPU right now, obviously. But it could be just like right at this stage. As also, what I do is I'm also going to like do a first export, load that into my stem mastering project, and just assess whatever is there. Chances are that chances are that some stuff will be possibly too loud. I'll just go back in this project, rebounce and everything. That's usually what I do. Also, this probably needs high pass. I'm just doing that by like muscle memory kind of. But yeah, everything needs to be just counter verified, and just going to the next step is usually a good way to do that. Aiden, I love to watch your process, bro. Thank you, man. I'm glad you appreciate. I knew I had to mix this, but I also kind of wanted to do some content today, which I did. But there's a new video out today. I don't know if you saw, but it's mixing related, so it's kind of a good link for today. It's covering everything that, not everything actually. I want to say it's covering everything low end. It's not really, because my goal was for it to be like covering everything low end related, and at some point I was like, man, it's just too, I just can't include everything. So this one's called deep and fat subs. Well, out EQing technique for deep and fat subs. This is one. Well, I'll put the link in the stream as well.
Hello everyone. I'm not
man, just getting harassed by myself in video format. It's not cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, so it's talking about that, and yeah, I wanted to do something like everything about low end, and at some point while doing the video, I'm like, this is just far from being everything, but it's something. And even then, that's a whole 30-minute video. So I like the topic for mixing low end. There's so much more to talk about. Yeah, like the next video, which is gonna be, I guess, let's say within the next 2 weeks, maybe 3 if I'm very busy, which I am. But there's the whole like concept that this was like more deep, but there's also like tight, like just it's different ways how to get the tight low end, because you can have like a very like low end that goes deep and is fat, but if it's not clean, it's not gonna be good. It's gonna be messy as well, you know. And there's so I wanted to discuss more like this other aspect of the low end, which I could can do a lot of this topic. All right, so I want to reactivate this Fire the Dove, this one as well. So I'm just gonna prepare stuff for export so you guys can see, workflow wise how this looks like. And really, this is like my workflow. I will never claim it's the workflow, but but I think in the audio community, like people like they get comfort in stuff being absolute, like the absolute workflow and all, and the absolute everything. Just saying this is mine, and I've refined that over years, like, and I've pretty much stuck for the last 2 years. I'm pretty much stuck on this format. I might change, like I have different saturators that I like, at different compressors, like and lately my favorite one is Opal, which I didn't use a lot today because it's CPU heavy. I did change a bit the workflow because I'm streaming, but yeah, so it's this one. This one's my favorite, like, these days. I have other ones that I use for other specific usage, but yeah, this Opal compressor, it's just great. And for claps, I'm always using the API. This one, it just does magic on clap. It just really glues it to the kick. It just gives a nice sticky feeling, which I enjoy for claps. All right, so, and let's bundle this. So I want to have stuff that is more I'm gonna do like up front and background, and I think I'll have to leave I'll leave the Vox on its own channel though. Yeah, whatever. And the numbers is just for to help sort everything during the export. So grid, and like I said, this is all to be very, it happens is that in the next step I reroute stuff, because for some reason I feel like one stem or one sound or group of sound would be better if it's routed elsewhere and all. So that would be like up front, that would be the background ish, something like that. And gonna save, which I did a lot, and I'm going, yeah, I don't know, you probably hear like the CPU. It's very loud. Eventually I need to get more RAM. I have a very good computer, but I think it's getting clogged because I have lots of just lots of stuff in there. And yeah, I think I should add more RAM memory. And I have mixed down, and this is going to be stem master. Just gonna bounce that, and let's go. Yeah, it's not most dynamic moment of them, but I knew this would happen. But yeah, I think what we're gonna do for today, and by the way, there's if you need like if you need some help, if you want to dive deeper into that kind of stuff, I think it's the first stream that I did on like publicly on the YouTube channel, but I do a lot of these in fractal mentorships. So if you guys if you need some help, if you want to dive deeper, there's some in fractal mentorships. There's a lot of content like that. But so the goal, I think today what I'm gonna do, I want to just go through that export, and I'm gonna load that in a new project and see how this comes out. It's definitely not gonna be, there's still some work needed, but I'm just gonna verify how it sounds. Or will I? I don't know. I'm just worried because right now this is, I can't output any sound, but anyway. Thank you guys for tuning in. 32-bit a must, or is 24-bit okay? Yeah, 24-bit is okay. Yeah, 24-bit is okay as well. Honestly, it's just that if you have access to exporting in 32 bits, it's all good, really. It's good as well. That's why you get most of. I think it's considered like, I think it's considered overkill, like 32 bits, but just in the in the concept or in the moments where you have to share files, 32-bit is like it's intense. But since it's it goes on my own computer, I just go for the 32 bits, really. And sometimes, like not right in this export, and sometimes I'm gonna oversample stuff on some plugins. There's also, yeah, it depends. It really depends on, but if there's some clipping going on, I might activate some oversampling but directly in some plugins. So the kilohertz ones, what's really cool about them is that they apparently, and that's why there's no, you never have to check a box for oversampling in the kilohertz plugins, because apparently it's all managed internally inside the plugins. So that's nice. But yeah, in some cases I will oversample. So yeah, we just have to go through this together. But I really want to see how it, and yeah, like I said, the next step is, and I'm not gonna do it online, I'm gonna do it offline, but the next step is really where there's going to be like heavy referencing to really just make sure that it's both ends of the spectrum are hitting as clear, as deep as the reference track. Also everything from like 3D behavior, loudness, obviously. But do you sometimes use Ozone Imager in the mixing stage? Not anymore, no. I talked about kind of this a bit earlier in the stream, but in the first years I was producing, I was working a lot with imagers, like the Ozone ones, but I prefer, I go more for depth perception than actual side and stretching. It's just so much better, and I prefer the result of like depth perception, and depth perception is not achieved through well, there might be some imagers for that. I'm not aware of it. Usually how I achieve perceived depth is through mostly mid-side processing of multiple stuff. Mid-side processing of saturation, actually, if you do it in some ways properly, we mentioned black box HD2. If you use black box HD2 and you get, well, the one that allows you to process mid-side, you can get some nice depth perception if you have, like, if you do it properly. Some compressors as well, you can, if it's always needs to be in parallel mode, and if you stack eventually a couple of these very subtle processing, you can, it's really going to enhance the depth perception, like the 3D feeling. So yeah, I don't use the ozone imager. It's been years. I'm gonna use it like for as a meter, like the free one, the ozone imager 2. All right, so I'm gonna get a new project, and yeah, that's the short answer when it comes to stereo. But for ozone, you know, there's a lot of good stuff I use from ozone. You know, the multiband exciter, it's just really good, and I have not used it a lot today because of the CPU usage, but this is something you can see in a lot of, and it's gonna be on the master channel as well. All right, so let's verify stuff. I also want to mention that, like, from like everything you've heard was going through my Sonarworks correction, so all this time you guys had like not the true sound, but for this kind of stuff I need to, yeah, that's the curve, current curve, correction curve. Okay, let's see how this sounds. If I look at some stuff, okay, so there's the background, right? There's some plugs. I might go back and reroute this not in the same file, because I feel that there's some stuff I want to do to the atmosphere, like the pads, and there's some stuff I want to do to the atmospheres that are like plucky, and it's one would not benefit from, they would not benefit from the same processing, and right now they have it, so I had to like do some sort of I only have the French word, which would be in concession, but it would be like I had to like man, whatever. Let's go. We're going to translate it. I wouldn't say not perfectly bilingual, not at all. So concession would be
concessione.
That's Italian, and in English, concession. Okay, so that's okay. Yeah, I think that some concession, it works as well, apparently. If you use Sonarworks standalone version only, you can hear the correction, and you can use the original audio for stream. By standalone version, you mean this? Yeah, there. You mean like for the system? Yeah, but the thing is, for I'm not using OBS. I'm using XSplit, and maybe I should spend more time, but I did spend a lot of time trying to solve these routing stuff, so I can, like, when I'm doing lessons, I'm using Sonobus, but it's good for like Zoom and stuff if users tune in. But yeah, it's a driver thing, but I might give it another try. All right, let's see how this sounds. And usually giving a lot of secrets right now, stuff I do at this stage. I'm gonna start processing it like the master channel, and I want to I say processing, but it's not necessarily the final processing. But at this stage, it's what I call stressing. I'm stressing the master channel because I want to see if there's some problems that don't shine right now. I want to start hearing them. That's why I'm gonna start stressing the master channel, like voluntarily pushing and applying, like clipping and just pushing on the master channel, because I want to, yeah, that's how I would call this thing. I want to stress the master channel for the latent problems to reveal themselves.
Unbelievable. This is insane. He is insane, and you're insane for following.
So, you know, just from like the first listening here, what I noticed, actually the plug thing kind of sounds good, but I would reroute them individually. I noticed like the voice is much clearer than I would have expected it. I would have expected it to be more like just dirty and still like resonant, but it's fairly clean. I'm going to still process it in some ways at this stage, like just give it the final edge. And also I noticed that I totally forgot, but I want to add just delay. The voice is a bit dry right now, so I'm gonna fix that. Also the low end right now, that's a thing I forgot to put in my video, and it's the phenomenon of like the ear stimulus. Like right now it sounds good, I like it, but it doesn't mean it is correct. I used it for mixing my new oh nice, yeah, I like the Slate Digital stuff. For about 2 months I can say my sound has improved a lot. I hear stuff I've never heard before. I tested different studios. It's crazy. Yeah, it's the VFX is this the one like the room simulator? Does it simulate the room? But I like the Slate Digital stuff. Sadly, the thing about the Slate Digital stuff is I don't like the subscription thing. I like to own things. But the VCC Slate Digital, like it was my first love, my first true love when it comes to console emulation, and they did 2.0 the consoles. When is it October 20? Oh, okay, that's not so new, but yeah, this one, it's so good, so good, virtual consoles. But you can see that I switched to, because of the fact it never goes on sale because they want to push the subscription. But I first discovered like my first true love for analog, like console emulation, come from Slate Digital. But you can see, you've seen me use a lot the N console right now, which is pretty much what I use. It's really good as well. Yeah. Aside from that, oh yeah, I was talking about the low end. Like right now, it sounds good, it sounds pleasing to my ear, but I need to verify with a reference track, because pleasing and good is not, it's not necessarily, does not necessarily guarantee that it is correct. And that's why we use reference track. We know it's just comparing with something else, using your ears to compare, and you can now all make sense of all this with a reference track and metering tools properly. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Gonna save this project, but thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned. If you're not on the Fractal Sounds user Discord, I'd recommend you go there. If you don't want to miss the new stuff. If you need some help, you want to do is just get better at mixing and mastering. Consider Fractal mentorships. And yeah, pretty much that was a lot of fun. Usually I mix alone, and now it was just nice to have some people with me, I guess. Yeah, it was really cool. So see you soon. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Cheers.